What if I told you that the opportunity you've been waiting for is not coming? What if I told you that success is not something you wait for, but something you create? Too many people are sitting on the sidelines of life waiting for the right time, waiting for the right people, waiting for someone to give them permission to do what they were created to do. But listen to me, opportunity is not given, it is made. You were never designed to be a beggar of opportunities. You were born to be a creator of opportunities. God never placed you on this earth to simply exist. He placed you here to dominate. The first instruction given to mankind was, be fruitful and multiply, fill the earth and subdue it. That means you were designed to produce, to create, to expand, to bring things into existence that were never there before. So why are you waiting? Listen to me carefully. One of the greatest tragedies in life is waiting for permission to do what you were created to do. Too many people are sitting, hoping, wishing, and praying for someone to approve what God has already assigned them to accomplish. But I have news for you. You don't need permission from man when you've already been authorized by heaven. God never created you to be a spectator in life. He never designed you to wait for someone to open a door for you. He gave you the ability to build the door yourself. When God placed Adam in the garden, He didn't give him a chair, He gave him a tree. He didn't hand him a house, He gave him the earth. Why? Because God never gives you finished products. He gives you the raw materials to create them. But the problem is, we have been conditioned to wait. Society teaches us to wait for the right moment, wait for the right people, wait for a title, wait for approval. And so we sit full of potential, but trapped in inactivity. How long will you wait for someone to give you what God already placed inside you? Look at Moses. When God called him to lead the Israelites, he was full of excuses. Lord, I can't speak well. Lord, what if they don't believe me? And God asked him a simple question. What is in your hand? Exodus 4:02. Moses had a staff, a simple, ordinary object. But in God's hands, that staff became the tool to split the Red Sea, bring water from a rock, and demonstrate the power of the Almighty. You see, the opportunity you're looking for is already in your hand. You don't need someone to invite you to the table. God has given you the ability to build your own. But here's the real issue. Most people don't recognize what they have because they are looking for something they don't need. We keep asking for signs, for confirmations, for proof, when God is saying, use what I already gave you. David didn't wait for someone to train him as a warrior. He took what was in his hand, a sling and 5 stones, and created an opportunity to defeat Goliath. Joseph didn't wait for Pharaoh to recognize him. He used the gift in his hand, the ability to interpret dreams, and that gift made room for him. Esther didn't wait for the king to call her. She stepped forward and used what was in her hand, her influence, to save a nation. So let me ask you, what is in your hand? What have you been given that you have failed to use? Some of you are sitting on ideas that could change the world, but you are waiting for validation. Some of you have the skills, the wisdom, the ability, but you are waiting for someone to give you permission. Hear me today. God has already said yes. Now it's your turn to move. You were not born to wait. You were born to create. The kingdom of God is not built by those who sit and watch. It is built by those who rise and work. So stop waiting, stop hesitating, stop looking for permission from people who don't even understand the vision God has placed inside of you. The world is not waiting for another dreamer. The world is waiting for a doer. So go, move, step out in faith. The opportunity you seek is already inside you, and the only thing left to do is create it. Everything you need to succeed is already inside you. Listen carefully. Your future is not ahead of you, it is trapped within you. The problem is not that you lack potential. The problem is that you have not yet released what God has placed in you. The seed of greatness is already there, but a seed that is never planted will never produce fruit. A tree does not go looking for soil to grow in. The potential of the tree is already inside the seed. The moment that seed is placed in the right environment, it begins to release what was inside it all along. You don't need to search for purpose. It is already within you. You don't need to ask God to give you something new. You need to activate what He has already given you. The real tragedy is not dying. It is living without ever becoming who you were meant to be. Look at the parable of the talents. One man was given 5 talents, another 2, and another 1. The first 2 multiplied what they were given, but the last man buried his gift in the ground. And what did the master say to him? "You wicked and lazy servant." Matthew 25:26. Why? Because God does not tolerate buried potential. What He gives you, He expects you to use. If you bury your gift, you insult the one who gave it to you. You don't have a resource problem, you have a recognition problem. Everything you need is already in you, but it is locked up in your obedience, in your willingness to act, in your ability to recognize what God has placed inside you. Do you think God would send you to earth without giving you everything you need to fulfill your purpose? Do you think He would create you without equipping you? No. The problem is not that you lack potential. The problem is that you have been waiting for someone to extract from you what only you can release. Look at Gideon. He was hiding in fear when the angel of the Lord appeared to him and said, "Mighty warrior, the Lord is with you." Gideon looked around, confused, because he didn't see a warrior in himself. But listen, God does not speak to where you are. He speaks to who you already are inside. You may not see it, but God sees it. You may not feel it, but it is there. You are carrying something inside you that is greater than your fears, greater than your past, greater than your excuses. What are you waiting for? Some of you have books trapped inside you waiting to be written. Some of you have businesses locked inside you waiting to be launched. Some of you have songs, inventions, ministries waiting. But nothing will be released until you make a decision to act. Potential is no good if it stays inside you. A gift that is never unwrapped benefits no one. A dream that is never pursued dies unfulfilled. The graveyard is filled with people who had potential but never released it. Do not let your potential die with you. Release it, use it, maximize it, because everything you need is already inside you and the world is waiting for you to let it out. Nothing is created without vision. Nothing exists without first being seen. Everything you see around you, every building, every invention, every business, every ministry, first existed in someone's mind before it became a reality. Vision is the blueprint of creation. Without vision, there is no direction, no progress, no fulfillment, and yet so many people are wandering through life without a clear sense of where they are going. They are waiting for opportunities, but they have no vision for what to do with them. They are praying for doors to open, but they don't even know which doors they should be walking through. Hear me today. If you cannot see it, you cannot create it. God never intended for you to live by chance. He designed you to live by vision. That is why Proverbs 29:18 says, "Where there is no vision, the people perish." If you don't have a vision for your life, your potential will waste away. You will chase after distractions instead of destiny. You will become busy but never productive. You will move, but you will never advance. Vision is what gives you focus. Vision is what gives you discipline. Vision is what keeps you from settling for less than what God has for you. Look at creation itself. Before God formed the earth, there was chaos, darkness, and emptiness. But what did God do? He saw what He wanted before He spoke it into existence. He didn't create randomly. He created with purpose. He separated the light from the darkness. He arranged the seas and the land. He placed the stars in their position. Everything was designed according to a vision. And if God needed a vision to create, what makes you think you can live without one? Your future is not ahead of you, it is inside you, waiting to be seen. The reason many people fail to create opportunities is not because they lack ability, but because they lack clarity. They don't know what they are building. They don't know what they are pursuing. They don't know what they are supposed to produce. A builder does not start construction without a plan. A business does not launch without a strategy. A leader does not move without direction. If you have no vision, you will waste your energy on things that do not matter. Look at Abraham. God told him, look, as far as you can see, as far as your eyes can see, I will give to you. Genesis 13:14-15. In other words, what you receive is determined by what you can see. If you can see yourself leading, you will lead. If you can see yourself creating, you will create. If you can see yourself succeeding, you will succeed. But if you see nothing, you will produce nothing. What do you see? Not with your physical eyes, but with your spirit. Can you see the business before it exists? Can you see the impact before it happens? Can you see the future before it arrives? Because if you can see it, you can move toward it. If you can see it, you can build it. If you can see it, you can create it. The world is not waiting for another blind wanderer. It is waiting for a visionary. The opportunities you're looking for are not outside of you. They are inside the vision God has placed within you. So open your eyes, see beyond where you are, see beyond what you have, see beyond what is in front of you, because what you see determines what you will create. Opportunity does not come to those who wait, it comes to those who work. Too many people are sitting, hoping and praying for success, but they refuse to put their hands to the plow. They want a harvest, but they have not sown any seeds. They want promotion, but they have not proven themselves faithful. They want breakthroughs, but they have not been diligent with what they already have. Listen to me carefully. Faith without works is dead. James 2:26. You cannot pray for opportunities while refusing to prepare for them. You cannot sit idle, expecting doors to open while doing nothing to walk through them. If you're going to create opportunity, you must be willing to work. Even God himself is a worker. Jesus said, "My Father is always working, and so am I." John 5:17. From the beginning of creation, God set the example. He formed, he shaped, he built, he established, and when he made man, he gave him the same responsibility. Be fruitful and multiply, fill the earth and subdue it. That means your life was not designed for idleness. It was designed for productivity. You were never meant to wait for opportunities to come. You were created to produce them. Look at the ant. Solomon, the wisest man who ever lived, said, "Go to the ant, you sluggard. Consider its ways and be wise. It has no commander, no overseer or ruler. Yet it stores its provisions in summer and gathers its food at harvest." Proverbs 6:6-8. The ant does not wait to be told what to do. It does not wait for perfect conditions. It does not wait for permission. It works. It gathers. It prepares. And because of that diligence, it never lacks. If something as small as an ant understands the power of work, what excuse do you have? The problem is, many people confuse movement with progress. They are busy, but they are not productive. They work hard, but they work on things that do not matter. They spend time, energy, and effort chasing distractions instead of purpose. But hear me today, not all work is equal. It is not enough to simply work. You must work with wisdom. You must work with strategy. You must work with vision. What are you working toward? What are you building? What are you creating? Because work without direction is wasted effort. Look at Nehemiah. He had a vision to rebuild the walls of Jerusalem, and he put his hands to work. He did not wait for permission. He did not wait for ideal circumstances. He did not wait for someone to approve of his assignment. He worked. And because of his diligence, what others thought was impossible was completed in just 52 days. The reason some people never see results is not because they lack ability, but because they lack commitment to the process. Opportunity is created by those who are willing to labor. It is created by those who are willing to sacrifice, to push through, to remain steadfast, even when results are not immediate. The farmer does not see a harvest the day he plants the seed, but he keeps working because he knows his labor is not in vain. Your work today is creating your opportunities for tomorrow. So the question is, are you working? Are you building? Are you sowing? Because the opportunity you are looking for is not found in waiting, it is found in working. The opportunity you are looking for is not coming, it is already here. The problem is not that God has not provided, the problem is that you have not recognized it. Too many people are waiting for something to happen while ignoring what is already in front of them. They are praying for open doors, yet they are blind to the ones God has already placed in their path. They are asking for favor, yet they fail to steward the resources they already have. Listen carefully. God will never give you more until you maximize what He has already given you. Jesus told a parable about a master who entrusted his servants with talents. The one who received 5 talents worked and produced 5 more. The one who received 2 talents worked and doubled his portion. But the one who received 1 talent hid it in the ground. And what did the master say? You wicked and lazy servant. Matthew 25:26. He did not say unlucky. He did not say unfortunate. He said lazy. Because the servant failed to recognize the opportunity he was already given. He had something in his hands, but he did nothing with it. And because of that, even what he had was taken away from him. Do you know why some people never see progress? It is not because they lack talent. It is because they bury it. It is not because they lack resources. It is because they waste them. It is not because they lack opportunities. It is because they fail to recognize them. They keep looking for something else instead of using what is already in their hands. But hear me today, whatever you fail to use, you will lose. If you do not maximize the opportunities in front of you, they will pass to someone else. If you do not multiply what God has given you, He will give it to someone who will. Look at Elisha and the widow. She came to him crying, saying, my husband is dead and the creditors are coming to take my sons as slaves. 2 Kings 4:01. And what did Elisha ask her? What do you have in your house? She thought she had nothing, just a little jar of oil. But what she failed to see was that her miracle was already in her possession. She just needed to use it. When she obeyed, when she poured, when she acted, her small jar of oil became a never-ending flow of provision. The oil was always there. She just needed to recognize it and work with it. What do you have that you have not recognized? What resources are in your hands that you have overlooked? What gifts have you buried thinking they are too small to make a difference? The job you despise could be the training ground for your next level. The skill you think is insignificant could be the key to your breakthrough. The connection you are ignoring could be the bridge to your destiny. Nothing is insignificant when it is placed in the hands of God. Stop looking for something new and start working with what you have. Stop complaining about what you lack and start maximizing what is already in front of you. The answer is not in the distance, it is in your hands. The opportunity is not coming, it is already here. The only question is, will you recognize it? You were never created to wait for life to happen. You were created to make things happen. You were designed by God to produce, to build, to create, to dominate. Everything you need to fulfill your destiny is already within you. The opportunities you seek are not outside of you. They are locked inside your vision, your work, your diligence, and your ability to recognize what God has already placed in your hands. The graveyard is filled with untapped potential, buried dreams, and visions that were never acted upon. But that will not be your story. You will not leave this earth full of unused gifts. You will not die with your dreams still inside you. You will step out, take action, and create the opportunities that God has already prepared for you. No more waiting. No more excuses. No more delaying what God has already commanded you to do. This is your time to act. This is your moment to build. This is your season to create. The world is waiting for what is inside you, and you will no longer hold it back. Go forward with boldness, move with confidence, work with diligence. Recognize what you have and maximize it, because opportunity does not come to those who wait, it comes to those who create. Good luck and thank you.